Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 at 6.
Oregon lawmakers just passed a landmark wildfire and revenue reform bill. HB 3940 modernizes how the state funds fire prevention while taxing oral nicotine products to help pay for it, aiming to protect lives, homes, and forests with smarter long-term solutions. Thank you for joining us for NewsWatch 12 at 6. I'm Samantha Cadera. The bill aims to boost wildfire resilience across Oregon, especially in high-risk rural and low-income communities, by investing in mitigating and fire-safe home upgrades. We'll have more in-depth coverage tonight at 11, including how this new funding model could directly impact Southern Oregon. We also reached out to Ashland Representative Pam Marsh, one of the bill's key backers, for her take on what's next. Moving on to our fire watch, Jackson County Fire District 3 and ODF responded to 3 separate fires along the 1300 block of Table Rock Road. Firefighters were able to stop all 3 fires along, with the largest being a quarter acre. Firefighters scouted farther down the road to ensure there were no additional starts. The cause of these fires is currently under investigation. And today marks just 11 days until the 4th of July and the opening of the 2025 fireworks sales season. Last week, we told you about residents raising concerns about fire risks that come with fireworks. Now, Oregon State Fire Marshal is asking you to keep it legal and keep it safe. They urge you to check local regulations, as local governments across the state may have additional restrictions to state laws. State law requires that fireworks not be used on public lands, in national parks, or land managed by agencies such as BLM, U.S. Fish and Wildlife, and ODF. This includes Oregon State parks, beaches, and campgrounds. When you're using fireworks, be sure to have a bucket of water or a hose nearby, and always be extra cautious of flammable materials, children present, and other risks. Violations can result in a misdemeanor with a fine of up to $2,500. Parents can also be held liable for damage caused by their children. Now let's check in with Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman. Matt, are we going to expect this warm weather to continue throughout tomorrow? Yeah, it actually should be even a little bit warmer than today. Let's take a look outside right now on our NewsWatch 12 Weather Cam network. A lot of clouds along the coast in Gold Beach. The sea lions don't seem to mind it all that much. Inland, we're seeing those increased mid to high level clouds, but it was still a warmer day today as expected. Definitely feeling more summer-like with readings now in the mid 80s for Selma, Grants Pass, as well as Medford. It's 84 degrees in Cave Junction, 82 in Ashland. Notice cool conditions along the coast. Down in Siskiyou County, 80 in Fort Jones and Wairika. We're at 83 degrees currently in Montague. And then temperatures on the east side in the 70s, 76 currently in Paisley, Beatty, as well as Klamath Falls. Now, these clouds will eventually decrease as we head late tonight into tomorrow morning, but there will be some marine layer clouds and fog that develop along the coast overnight tonight, down to 50 in Brookings, 56 tonight in Medford, down to 43 degrees in Klamath Falls. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, should be a mainly dry day for the region, and even warmer temperatures expected in the afternoon with mainly light breezes for the region. Highs will be up around 90 in the Rogue Valley, as well as our western valleys of Northern California. So definitely a little bit on the hotter side if you're planning a tea time tomorrow afternoon. Here's a look at your Rogue Valley planner. Lots of sun in the morning, but there will be some high clouds that drift in later in the day with highs up around 90. Coming up in a bit, we'll take a closer look at tomorrow. We got a big show at the Brit Festival tomorrow evening, and the Rogues are back in town. We'll take a look at the forecast coming up. The city of Ashland unveiled a new plaque in Railroad Park honoring a playwright and victims of racial injustice. This comes after a previous memorial was vandalized several times in the past years. Oscar Rodriguez shows us what this means for the community and the preservation of history.
3. Yeah. City of Ashland unveiled its newest Playwrights Walk plaque at Railroad Park, honoring playwright Lorraine Hansberry, but as well those who lost their lives fighting for social injustice. The project has been in the works for 5 years and funded by the City of Ashland's public arts budget. Several Ashland organizations like the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, the Social Equity and Racial Justice Advisory Committee, and many others supported this event.
This is one of the greatest events in my life, and the reason for why is Events come and go, and people come and they have a wonderful moment, but this is permanent.
Several members of the Ashland community came out to support this special day.
We have young people here, we have seniors here, people of all ages and diverse communities.
Members of the Ashland community can now come and see this plaque, but not only is it a tribute to Lauren Hansberry, but a permanent home for those who lost their lives fighting social injustice. In 2020 at Railroad Park, Ashland residents made a Say Their Names memorial following the aftermath of deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ashland teen Aiden Ellison. Community members hung t-shirts with faces of people who have died of racial violence and tied it to a fence. But throughout the years, the memorial would get vandalized, and Ashland organizations were looking for a way to make it permanent.
For 5 years, we have been trying to put something permanent here that memorializes the t-shirt memorial, because the t-shirts have been torn down 4 times in a variety of ways.
For one Ashland resident, she's happy that there is something that can remind us of our past.
It was very beautiful, and it kept getting vandalized. And people would keep putting up new panels, and they'd still get vandalized. So I'm glad there's something here permanent.
The t-shirts are gone, but this will never leave us.
From Ashland, I'm Oscar Rodriguez.
Continuing our coverage of Crater Lake, the National Park is expecting increased crowds ahead of the extended closure of the Cleetwood Cove Trail. The popular trail is currently closed due to a rock slide, but this is the last summer to use the trail before it closes for 3 years. Our own Sarah Kress shares what the park still offers.
Next summer, construction starts on Cleetwood Cove Trail, and you may be wondering, what is there still to do at Crater Lake, and is all of the access blocked off to the beautiful scenery? Well, you don't have to worry. There's still plenty of things to do if you make the journey to Crater Lake.
A lot of people do love to go down the trail and access the lake and do the boat tours, and that's amazing.
Hearing closure and Crater Lake in the same sentence has confused many people. Mia with Discover Klamath said she worried about how people would perceive the information. She was concerned that people would think the entire park is closed, which couldn't be further from the truth.
There's still so much more that the park has to offer in the summer, and then also all year round.
With over 90 miles of hiking trails at the park, there are still plenty of trails to be explored in the years to come. Starting off the summer, the national park is already seeing tons of tourists, not only from around the country, but across the world. Many come to the park to hike, but others come just to enjoy the views.
This area right here is when we first saw the lake, and we're like, oh my God.
Yeah, it looks like glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. They're like clouds, the reflection, it's pretty breathtaking.
Views may be number one on the bucket list. Southern Oregon is happy to welcome visitors and has no shortage of activities to explore.
I have a 4-day rafting trip on the Rogue.
We're just here to see the view and take pictures and take it in, and we're just enjoying the ride. It's beautiful, beautiful roads.
Yep. Maybe 20 years ago we would have
hiked, but not now.
Well, and we're on this is our last big stop before heading home.
Reporting from Crater Lake, I'm Sarah Kress.
The north entrance to Crater Lake has officially reopened just in time for this season. Several key roads in Crater Lake National Park are now open, including Highway 62, Munson Valley Road, West Rim Drive, and part of East Rim Drive up to Skell Head. Drivers are urged to use caution. Icy patches may still be present, even in sunny conditions. And East Rim Drive remains closed beyond Skell Head as crews continue clearing snow and debris. And new at 6 tonight, more than 7,000 illegal marijuana plants were seized from a Cave Junction property. The Josephine Marijuana Enforcement Team executed a search warrant for an illegal grow site on Redwood Highway. More than 7,000 plants and more than 300 pounds of processed marijuana were seized and destroyed. The primary suspects were not on scene but faced charges including unlawful manufacturing and possession of marijuana and unlawful appropriation of water if they are located. Sheriffs in Northern California are working together with other resources to prevent human trafficking across the state. While many people think sex trafficking, their goal is to actually stop labor trafficking.
In the realm of billions of dollars of illegal profit every year that is coming from Siskiyou County.
California law Proposition 64 reduced the penalty for illegal marijuana growers, making it more difficult for the sheriff's office to shut down these marijuana grow sites.
Siskiyou County is one of the largest locations for illegal marijuana cultivation. in California.
The billion-dollar illegal marijuana trade has been able to cut costs by trafficking workers. These victims of human trafficking now work with toxic and illegal pesticides, have limited access to food and water, and live in horrible conditions like these while getting very little to no pay.
We have to keep our eyes open for any victims of human trafficking, whether they look malnourished or they say they live where they work.
There are anonymous tip lines you can call or message if you see something that's concerning.
Or if you just notice a whole bunch of suspicious activity, it even will happen next door. Just picking up the phone and calling us.
If you're a cannabis user, the best thing you can do is make sure that there's a California stamp of approval on the packaging. That means that the farms that create these products have gone through extensive investigations to make sure that they treat their workers properly and go through proper channels.
And that's how you know that it has been approved by the state, which means that investigations have been done and they've gone through their paperwork and they've proven to be legit and are actively proving that they are treating their employees correctly and have documentation.
From Siskiyou County, I'm Brinkley Hill.
Klamath Falls man is facing several charges after holding 2 people hostage and engaging in a standoff with police at a gas station. Police say they arrived to the AMA gas station where the suspect had threatened the gas station clerk and others with a gun, then barricaded himself inside. The Klamath Falls SWAT team was able to take the suspect into custody after a brief standoff. An investigation revealed that 33-year-old Dustin Townsend held 2 people hostage in a home prior to arriving at the gas station. A list of his charges can be found on kdrv.com. The case remains under investigation.